Okay, so today we are going to have a little bit of a think about positioning, where we're trying to set your dogs up to be in position, ready to do some movement, whether that's just loose lead movement or formal heel work type movement. So first and foremost, your dog needs to be able to lure well. And by lure, I mean you can hold a piece of food under their nose and they'll follow it. Good. So depending on how they're feeling today, their personalities, I always start with a quick luring exercise. 2 steps to one side, good. Following the food in my hand. This way, good. And this way, good. Yeah. From there, I'm going to have a go at seeing if I can get Penny round into my heel position. So I generally work on the right. So I'm using my right hand, food under that nose. I'm going to get her following the food. I'm going to take a big step back. I'm going to turn her around, good. So that she's in my right hand heel. Round we go, good. So that's my heel position. I'll show you from the side. I take a step back, Penny goes round, step forwards, good. And she's in that nice close position. Good. So we can practice that then on our left hand, all the way back, turning. Good. If I show you from the other side, so she's luring, following that hand, taking a step back, turning, and there we are in that nice close heel position. I can pop the food onto the floor for her to pick up if I would prefer, depending on what's easiest for you and your dog. She's quite short, so I have to give my back a break every now and then. But over time, what we want to do then is, with nothing in our hand, build up to asking her to come around, good, and into heel, and then I deliver that food a little bit later down the line. We do it on the left, round she goes, good, and then that food comes in afterwards. But you've got to build up to that, make sure the dogs are really happy and comfortable following those hands all the time first. So that's guiding her into my heel position. What if I want her to swap sides? Say, if I'm walking down the road, dog is on my right hand side, a bit too enthusiastic there, Pen. Coming across a distraction in front of me, what I want to do is switch. So move them from my right to my left or vice versa. So you'll see as I'm doing this, I've got my piece of food underneath her nose, wait for it. I'm making sure that I've created a nice little shelf that she can sniff and lick at. It's comfortable for her because it's at nose height. I'm not encouraging her to jump. From there, I'm going to go across in front of my body, and then I'm going to do that big sweepy circle, good, with a little step out of it so that we arrive together. Now, as I'm doing that, I can add my switch cue. So I'm going to say, switch. Good. I can do it from my left to my right hand side as well. Round we go, switch. Good. So each time I'm just helping her arrive in that position on right or left side that I want to walk on, so that she's comfortable and I'm comfortable. The same thing as with getting that heel position nice and confirmed. We want to have a go with nothing in our hands once we've done it a few times. Now they still get the food reward, but we're just not holding the food reward underneath their nose anymore. Ready? Penny's tired. So from our right, we're going to go switch to our left. Good. Going to mark a reward once she's there. And then from our left, we're going to go switch. Good. And that's just helping her learn how to get from one side to the other. So lastly, teaching them to come and face you. This can be really helpful if you're stuck on a tight pathway, dog is walking next to you, and you want to get them turning to face you so you can be together, let something pass you, so that distraction isn't too much of a big deal for you and your dog. So, from our heel position, we've got that food underneath their nose, we're the same thing, getting them to follow it round in a big circle, into that front position, good. And then I'm going to reward her for being right in front of me. So I've got my nice little luring shelf underneath her nose. I'm going to take a step forwards with her and then backwards with her so she's lovely and aligned. Sit. Good. And I can add a little sit on the end there every now and then if I want to. We do the same from our left hand side. So from here, round she goes. Good. Into that front position. And we can start to think about adding that word. Front. Good. That just helps her get into that right position for us every single time. So same with the heel positioning or close positioning, the switch. This front we want to try it with nothing in our hands as well. So we get onto that one side, round she goes, front. Good. Following that hand the whole time. Rewarding after the fact once she's heard her good. Last one, from the left, right back here. Round she goes, front. Sit. Good. And then the food comes in. Now, when you're actually doing this out and about, certainly with dogs that are quite new to training, you probably need the food underneath their nose all of the time. If I was in a group class right now, I would have the food underneath Penny's nose as well, just to help her stay focused on me because she gets so distracted. Because it's just her and I today, she's able to keep that focus a bit more. We can get rid of the food in our hands a little bit quicker. But what's important is that you work at your dog's pace. So until those movements into those different positions are smooth, we don't want to fade out the food being in your hand. Make sure your dog really understands the movement, has practiced it, and knows that they're motivated to do it because they're getting that reward at the end. Once that's done, that's when we take the food out of those hands, and that will help your verbal cue for each behaviour be so much stronger once the food isn't in your hands anymore, because they'll really be listening to your word rather than just sniffing at the food. So have a go, practice it, and let's know how you get on.